welcome back to the Pantry Kitchen. I'm Catherine and today we're making the ultimate chocolate cupcake. So let's go over the ingredients so we can get started. In this bowl we have 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of granulated sugar, half a cup of cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon baking powder, half teaspoon baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 egg, 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, and in this measuring cup we've got half a cup of whole milk, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, half a cup of brewed coffee, and then we also have a teaspoon of white vinegar. Alright, so in my bowl I'm just going to do this by hand because I'm only going to make 12. I'm just going to make 1 batch. This is a super simple recipe and you'll see most of the time that I do make recipes by hand because it's just as easy as using my hand mixer or a standing mixer. So depending on if, for instance, I'm making a pie dough or if I'm making a large quantity, I'll use my stand mixer just because it's easier. But today I'm just going to show you how to do it with a whisk and a bowl, and then get your ice cream scoop because it will help you make sure all your cupcakes are even. So before we get started, I've got my 1 12-cup muffin tin lined with Parchment baking cups. I've got my oven preheated to 350 and we're ready to get started. So this is just a simple all-in-one bowl ready to go. So I'm going to put my wet ingredients first and then I'll put my dry ingredients over top. So I've got my milk and my coffee, and I have just a teaspoon of teaspoon of white vinegar just to make it honestly like buttermilk, so that way you don't have to buy buttermilk. You can just add vinegar to your milk. And that basically, it makes it react the same as buttermilk does. And it helps really thicken these cupcakes up. And this is a perfect recipe to transition this from cupcakes to a cake. And I say if it doesn't have icing, then it's a muffin. So this is a perfect chocolate muffin as well. So now I'm just going to whisk all these ingredients together. If you are making a larger batch, you can go ahead and kind of pre-mix all of your wet ingredients first, especially if you're using a stand mixer. Sometimes I feel like by hand you can kind of work out all the lumps a little bit easier. And this comes together super quick. And this is going to be your go-to chocolate cake recipe. Alright, now that we've got all of that mixed together, I'm going to switch to my spatula just to make sure that I have everything from the bottom. Then we're ready to go ahead and start scooping. So with my ice cream scoop, I'm just going to fill up all the cups and then we'll put them in the oven. So I'm doing a leveled scoop, and I found too when I added, I've been making this recipe for a long time, and when I didn't use buttermilk or adding the vinegar to my milk, it was a little bit more fluid and it was harder to scoop. Now that I've done that, it's really easy to scoop and the batter is just thick enough where it doesn't drip all over and it stays right in my ice cream scoop. So this will make 12 cupcakes, and if you need more, you can just double or triple the recipe depending on how many you need. And they're going to take about 18 to 20 minutes in a 350 oven. And the way that you can tell that the cupcakes are done is just inserting a toothpick. And then if it comes out clean, you know that they're done. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish scooping these. If you have any extra batter, sometimes I find this makes between 12 and 15 cupcakes, just depending on how full you fill your muffin tins. So I'm going to go ahead, it looks like I need another one, so I'm going to grab another 6 and then we'll go ahead and pop them in the oven. Now that our cupcakes are completely cooled, and when I say completely, if you try to ice hot cupcakes, game over. So now that they are cooled, I've got a pastry bag fitted with a Wilton 2D tip. This is my favorite go-to tip because I can create a swirl that looks like a rose, or I can create just a normal swirl. And in the bag I have my vanilla and coffee buttercream just swirled together just to give it a cool look on top. So we're going to go ahead and for a rose, we're going to start in the middle. We're going to apply pressure and we're going to go all the way around. And keep going until you're at the end, and then stop the pressure and let go. And that's how you create a rose. We'll do another one. And again, let go. Now this is my go-to design on cupcakes. It just looks so pretty, especially for weddings. And there we go. And that's how you make the ultimate chocolate cupcake. So be sure to like and comment on this video for what you want to see in the future, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss when I upload a new video. Bye guys! We're good. No chocolate in the teeth. Can't have that. Alright guys, this is it.